Great. So let's look at a little bit of a closer look here at Kibo code. So what makes this different? We've got really four big things. You've got the whole blueprint, the traffic, the products, and the tools. So let me dive into these. What you need in order to implement the Kibo model is really pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You need three things. You need a platform that converts. So you need, a website, a shopping platform of some kind. You need the products, obviously, that are proven to sell, and you need the reliable and targeted traffic. So for us, as far as the site goes, what we have is what we call our theme X. And I think what's important to understand with the store itself, it sounds kind of like the easy step. Like anybody could really go out and build an e-commerce site today. Get yourself set up with Shopify and, install a free theme, and you have one. Now, whether or not it's actually going to work is a whole different story, right? And the reason is because every single decision that's made in a theme, and theme is just, what does it look like? What are the colors? What are the fonts? What are the buttons? What are the calls to action? That sort of thing. Every single decision that is made by the designer of a theme and how your website's set up will impact conversions. Now, some have a bigger impact than others, but pretty much every single thing is another variable that psychologically works on people's, minds to turn them into, from visitors to your site into buyers. And this is a real science. This is things like, they've studied this in, grocery stores and malls and, retail places, and it's just the same online. There are certain things, tips and tricks that make a big difference. I will tell you that while there are things that are known because it's a science, the dirty little secret of being a marketing expert is that you can guess, like by looking at a theme or a landing page or whatever, that it's going to be good or better than a previous version. But nobody guesses that well. And the only thing that really tells you is testing. So what we have with our Theme X is benefit of years and years of this. We showed you the evolution of where we got to today with e-commerce, of making these decisions about what the site looks like, what the colors are, what the calls to actions are, and essentially just encapsulating all of this stuff into one set of best practices that you can just install with the push of a button, and that's Theme X. And then products, products, it is, if you're doing it by yourself, right, the challenge is that you have to find products that have a high market demand. People are looking for them. You have to find products that you can actually buy at the right price, and you have to know what they're kind of being sold for online, so you could kind of gauge what you could possibly sell them for, so you could decide if you could make a profit. And then you have to get traffic that supports that. So there are a lot of different ways that you can find products. I'm going to show you how we do it with Kibo code shortly. And we think that it's the shortcut that kind of takes all the work out of it. But, there are lots of different ways to get ideas about products, figure out what the search volume is or the market demand, figure out where you can potentially buy it so that it's going to be drop shipped reliably, and understand what it's being sold for generally to figure out what you could sell it for and then what your profit might be. And then it's all about traffic, right? We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. But obviously, we've got to accomplish three things with our traffic. We've got to get a lot of it, right? If we're going to scale and, not just make $100, but we're going to make life-changing income, we've got to get a lot of traffic. But we can't just get a lot of it. It has to be really good traffic. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it has to be traffic that the visitors have a high commercial intent. In other words, they're ready to buy. These are people that are not just like walking through a mall. These are people that have gone to a store with a very specific thing that they want to buy. They have their credit card like in their hand. They're ready to put it down. They're ready to buy and walk out of there. And so that's really important. And then the final thing about the traffic is we have to get it cheap. It's the nature of the beast with e-commerce, with any online business. 97% of the visitors to your site are not going to buy anything. Now, at least maybe not the first time. Hopefully you'll re-engage them in different ways. You'll get them. But only about 3 out of every 100 people are going to buy something. And 3 out of every 100 people is really good, for an online business. So and people might be saying, oh my God, well, that's horrible. It's really not. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. That's kind of the way it is with all e-commerce sites. And what you need to do is just simply make sure that you're paying the right amount for the traffic, which is very easy to do when you can control the price anyway. And then as long as you're doing that, then you're fine. You're going to make your return on investment. But if you're not using our shortcut with Kibo Code, there are a lot of problems with traffic that we'll talk about. And then obviously from there, it's making sales and profits, optimizing the campaigns that you have for advertising, keep testing products. Some are going to make more money than others. So if your focus is, look, I want to make, pick a number, $100,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year, whatever it is. That's kind of where I want to scale to, or at least that's my first goal. Then, maybe I could do that with, 4 or 5 products that sell really, really well versus 10 products that sell okay, that kind of thing. So it's usually to your advantage to simplify your operations and just end up with the highest converting products, the products that make you the most money, and then, kind of scale from there. So go from 100 to 1,000 to 2,500. You could build more stores. There's lots of different ways to do that.